And then back to Iguodala to the rim. Oh, great block. James out of nowhere, skies to the rim. Boyd took the advantage and played on from inside the center square. Boyd kicked the goal. Boyd kicked the goal from inside the center. Here's Aloisi for a place in the World Cup. He's hands right back up.
Live it, breathe it, love it. All sports, double coverage.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man Sauce. What's happening?
Not much, mate. Not much. All I know is the champagne is popping. The champagne is popping. Oh, you absolute lemon.
Popping.
Doma, it's been an interesting week in the hobby, to say the least. We've seen a few notable things, which we will talk about later in the show, the second half of the show in Hobby Talk. But nonetheless, what it's all about this week is the AFL, the Aussie Rules football, kicks off this week. First game, just about the bounce, just about to. Oh, mate, he's got that much microphone interference, this bloke. Oh,
Is it actually?
Nah, it's all right now.
Is it better?
But
yeah,
it's good. AFL kicks off, so we're ready to talk about that. Give our season predictions. Give our top 8. Who's sliding? Who's maybe going to be a sneaky top 8 posse. Are you good there, mate? You good? You got your microphone
hell tonight? Jesus, I'm telling you what. We spoke before show. New vibe on this show these days. Just carefree completely these days. That's literally the vibe we're going with. Carefree Sauce. Carefree. But yeah, like you said, different lineup for the predictions, all that stuff. We'll run through that when we get there. F1 starts this week. Off the Grid's back. That's probably another reason why we're so excited. There's another podcast that is coming back also this weekend. High potential for that in the soccer realms. So stay tuned for that. The full schedule could be back, Sauce, at the end of this week for double coverage. It could be back. And then Hobby Talk, like you said at the top of the show, Champagne Papi. We got eBay news. We've got, I don't even know, Gary V news. There's news everywhere. But we are going to start. I almost coughed. Almost coughed. I saved it.
This is a great start, Doma. Great start.
What the?
Smooth as a baby's bum, as I'd say.
Anyway, smooth as a baby's bum. I'm just having a look at some of the things here. Supercoach, league's full, 20 teams in our league. A bit of shit being talked to me in the DMs. So I've got to make sure all my players are playing because I ain't taking no shit from anyone. I'm winning. I'll put it out there. Anyway, let's just fucking get started. MVP Sauce, NBA. Who do you reckon's winning it? Straight out.
I don't know. I just feel like they're probably going to give it to Embiid. I feel like it's a bit narrative driven. They spread it around, so I reckon they'll probably give it to Embiid. And then after that, if Embiid doesn't win it, I don't know. Maybe Giannis should win it. They've gone on a pretty good run since obviously after the All-Star break. They've been playing really well. I think they did lose to the Warriors when Curry decided to drop 8 points and they still slapped them by 25. So that's another something that we maybe can talk about, Doma, which is an interesting thing. You tell me which other team you tell me any other team out there where their star player scores 8 points on the night and they still slap the reigning champs by 25 plus points. You tell me another team out there that could probably do that.
No. I don't want the argument like that. I don't want the phrase like that. Fuck that. I want it phrased of, you tell me any other team where the star player scores 8 points and gets away with it scot-free. You tell me where. You tell me another team, Sauce, where supposedly this guy's like top 10 of all time, also better than LeBron, scores 8 points, and has been shit out since that person said he was better than LeBron, mind you. He's been actually putrid. His stats are down completely because it's about the same time Draymond Green got injured. Compared to the guy that has to put up, who's 2-8 since the All-Star break, and he's actually 0-8 when he doesn't score more than 50 points. The 2 games you have won since the All-Star break, LeBron has had to shoot 50.
That's why I said for us to have a chance at winning any games, he literally has to score 50, which is pretty sad if you ask me. I've just chucked the footy on in the background here on the phone here.
If LeBron laid an egg and scored 8 points in one of those games where they got slapped by Toronto or Phoenix, man, that'd be national headlines.
100%.
I know people said, yeah, but he did it against Dallas. Yeah, and that's my point.
People
he did it
still
against
talk
Dallas.
about it.
They still talk about it forever. Not the fact that LeBron destroyed Curry in the finals and he didn't win an finals MVP, and it went to Andre Iguodala. That says more about Stephen Curry than Andre Iguodala, considering Andre Iguodala won a finals MVP playing on a guy that averaged a triple-double on him. Almost a 40-point triple-double on him, and he got MVP. He got destroyed. So that's my point.
Doma, look,
but you don't think Nikola
it's
Jokic
good. We just want to put this out there. We want to put this out there because it just sounds a bit obnoxious. Some things that some may say, and when you phrase it like that, it does sound pretty obnoxious. But yeah, look, Jokic can win it back to back. Do I think he deserves to win it? Hell no, because yes, he's been there, and they're sitting 6th, but at the end of the day, they're a top 4, contending side, top 4 in the West with obviously Jamal Murray there. I wouldn't even say Michael Porter Jesus. I'm just saying with Jamal Murray and Jokic. And obviously, if they were still in the top 4 without Jamal Murray and just Jokic there all season, I'd say, yeah, probably he deserves to win it. But they've been average at times. He's been okay. There's been, there's obviously times where he's been not the best, but he's had a really, really, really good season. And I couldn't blame the NBA for giving it to him, but I just feel like Joel Embiid probably deserves it a bit more. And then other than that, I would say Giannis. I would say Giannis. Well, he's just averaging the same pretty much. I feel like Giannis is going to get a bit of LeBron treatment over the next 3 to 5 years. Like he's going to be consistently really, really good. And they're just going to take how good he is consistently for granted. And he's not going to win that many MVPs. He might win another one, maybe 1, maybe 2 more, maybe.
I just don't like the fact that it's narrative driven, and people always talk about that LeBron's won. It's so like narrative driven that LeBron's won 4 MVPs still. Like the guy should. Let's not beat around the bush. The guy should probably have 8, 9. That's how good he was. He should have won it like every year at one stage. But it is what it is. It's narrative driven. I don't blame them for giving him to Embiid. He stayed healthy and he dominated. And it just shows that when he actually does stay healthy, how good he actually is. So, but the argument to be had for another day, discussion is, should the MVP actually be given at the end of the regular season? Should it actually account for playoffs as well? Because you can be the MVP and do jack shit in the playoffs. And are you the most valuable player in the league if you can't do anything in the playoffs? That's a discussion for another day, Sauce. But just ponder that till we have that discussion. All right, Sauce, let's move on. AFL, there's a bit to get into here. Season preview. What we've done is we've chopped it up into different categories. We got the Premier, the Wooden Spoon, the Brownlow, the Coleman Medal, the Norm Smith Medal, a Big Improver, which is 4 spots to climb on the ladder from last year where they finished, and on the slide, 4 spots down. Then we'll give a bit of our final 8 prediction. We'll probably whip something up, chuck it in on the socials. So Sauce, Premier for 2022.
Yeah, it's a tough decision, but I'm gonna go. I reckon
Oh,
this. It's tough to say, but I'm looking
you're
at this and
thinking
I'm
about
going. There's gonna be hunger there. There's gonna be hunger because obviously, after a big rain at the top, they're not done. They still got a lot of their very good players.
No.
They've still got a lot of their very good players. The number one man in the comp is coming back.
No. Are you serious?
The
No.
number one man in the comp is coming back.
So have you become me? You're turning into me this year. You're turning into me.
I think they can win. Now, obviously, outside the Demons, because, you always got to give the back-to-back champions,
No.
not back-to-back, but the champs a chance. I don't like the Power because I just feel like, until they prove me otherwise, they always fold at the last hurdle come finals time. The Cats, I think, look, for the record, I'm going to have Cats in my top 8. You may feel different about that, but I'm going to have them in my top 8. But I think they can win the flag? No, I don't. The Doggies will be up there once again. People are saying GWS. I don't know. I don't think so. I just still think old Leon still doesn't know how to drive the Ferrari up there in GWS. And then other than that, my boys, the Dons, who definitely won't win the flag. I can tell you that with 100% confidence. But I'm going the Richmond Tigers, Doma. I think they'll make a comeback this year to potentially push for the top 4. Finish the
you think they're
Misley
going to
12.
win the flag? So you think they're going to finish?
Win? They can win the flag. They can win the flag.
Well, you turn into me. Melbourne win it again. They go back to back. That's who I'm going for. Wooden Spoon, Saucy. Thoughts?
Yeah, Wooden Spoon. I'm going to go with the Magpies. I hope they're really, really, really down there, and I hope it's that's probably, other than the Magpies, I'd probably have to go with I'm thinking the Crows or the Hawks, but I'm going to say the Magpies for the Wooden Spoon.
I'm going Adelaide. Brownlow medal.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Yeah, the D's are going to be good, but, is it going to be the situation where you get, I would like to say Petrarca, because you get the, a lot of votes taken off him by Oliver. That midfield is very, very strong. I'm going to go the Bont.
The Bont.
It's his time to shine. The Bont. Jack McRae doesn't poll. He gets 40 possessions. They don't care about him because he doesn't kick goals, mate. The Bont gets on the score sheet. Polls well at the Brownlow, mate. As long as he stays fit, Doggies will be good this year. The Bont can win the Brownlow.
I'm going Clayton Oliver because they're going to, at the moment, just win every single freaking game the way they're playing here. They're just dominating the Dogs. There could be 3 up in 6 minutes. I'm going Clayton Oliver for that one. Who is Card Prawn? This is a first source. Card Prawn. Ken Golden for the spoon. Bont for Brownlow. Says Global. Great to have you in here, Global. How's your Supercoach team looking? I already told you I'm winning. Saucy is an extension of my Supercoach team because he doesn't do Supercoach. But if my team's shit, then he'll have nothing to do with that team. He'll be like, oh, it was all Doms. He's a spud. So that makes it more fun. West Coast to get the spoon, he reckons. Next up, Coleman Medal. I got an interesting one here.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love to say Buddy, but we know he's going to get injured, so you can't say Buddy.
Mate, he's going to kick his 1,000 goals and he's just going to retire, mate. As simple as that.
He's going to get injured.
That's what he'll do. We hope not.
Look, I don't know. Who's going to kick a bag of goals? Who's going to kick Tom Hawkins? He played well last year.
Tom Hawkins,
Danaher, if he can kick straight. There's a few to float around there. Jeremy Cameron. They were the few
Yeah,
that were
not a
up
bad
there when
one.
I had a look at the odds. So yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm picking around the teams, but I can't say Jeremy Cameron just because he finds a way to get injured. That's obviously hurts you when you're trying to go for the Coleman. You need to play as many games as you can. Yeah, I think I don't know. Still think the Cats are going to be good. I think Hawkins can win the Coleman, not the Brownlow. That'd be amazing. I think Hawkins.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
a
a
Hawk.
bad one. Not a bad one at all. By the way, Petrarca's up to about 9 possessions here. I'm going Harry Mackay from Carlton because it
He's
showed
the
last
favorite
year
on the
that.
bookies odds.
Oh, really? Oh, there you go.
He's the
Uh,
favorite.
I'm going Harry Mackay because they sucked last year and he kicked all their goals. And if they're going to
That's a
be
good point.
decent, this year, that means you should be getting better service. So he should kick double the goals. I expect when he kick 2 to kick 4, 3 potentially to kick 5, not 6. Not to double it all the time, but within context. But I just think he's that good. He's got a great kick on him, and he'll get the job done and win the Coleman. Norm Smith medal Sauce. So this is based off, obviously, I've gone Melbourne to win the flag, and you've gone Richmond to win the flag. So more than likely, it's all right. There you go.
Well, he's a grand
All
final
right.
specialist, mate. If they make it to the grand final, they are winning.
Listen. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to go Christian Petrarca to win the Norm Smith. Win it again, Sauce. He wins it. There's a big talk to be had about Christian Petrarca potentially going forward in the history of football. If he goes back-to-back Norm Smith and Premiership player, potentially could win a Brownlow as well. But I reckon Christian Petrarca for the Norm Smith. All right, big improver. This one's pretty simple. I'll smash this one first. I'm going probably the same as yours, Richmond. So
Yeah. Okay.
they were 12.
Other than the other team I'd say down there, and I will give your team an honourable mention. I don't think North will finish bottom,
yeah.
and I think you guys will improve. I think you can definitely hit 7, maybe 8 wins. I think, that's definitely an improvement on you guys. That will see you around the 13th, 12th positions. So we did say it's 4 spots up at least on the ladder from previous year's position. So you could say North. I think they'll be a big improver this year.
Yep.
And then, maybe in the middle of the pack there is, Richmond. They finished 12th last year. So I definitely expect them to do a lot better this season.
Yep. I'm going with the Tigers as well. On the slide, who's dropping?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one. I look at the Eagles in 9th spot and I go, geez, I didn't like them last year. I don't think they've gotten any better. Where have they gone? There's a team that didn't win a grand final that long ago. But I don't know if I can comfortably say they will slide more. But I'll go with the Eagles because it can go one or two ways. They can keep going down more or they can keep going up. But I'll be honest with you. When I sort of done my top 8, I didn't have them in there.
I haven't got it. I haven't got him there either. You've gone the Eagles. I don't want to be the same on this one. So I'm going to go another team because I have got him dropping. Still going to make finals. But I've got Geelong on the slide this year.
So you reckon they'll sneak in 7th, 8th spot?
Yeah.
Doma, 6th, 7th, 8th.
That's exactly around about where I've got them. All right, top 8. Have you got yours sorted? I can run through mine very quickly for you. I got Melbourne, Port, Dogs, Richmond, Brisbane to drop out of the 4, Essendon in 6th, GWS 7th, and Geelong in 8th.
Are we actually putting them in order, hey?
Yeah, that's
interesting. All right, we'll go with D's, Richmond in 2nd. D's first, Richmond 2nd. We'll go with, I think. So you think the Cats are not going to be there? I think I don't think they're going to drop off that much. I don't reckon they're going to drop off that much.
Really?
I don't know.
I genuinely think they're finished.
No, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, when you got a lot of games down at the Cattery, mate, a lot of games down there. That's true. It's easy wins for them. So maybe they might
Yeah, true.
drop off a little bit. Maybe they might drop to 14 wins or something like that. So maybe I'll put Brisbane in third. Then I'll put the doggies. I'll put the doggies in fifth. Fourth? No. Doggies in fourth.
Yeah, fourth.
Sorry. And then I'll definitely go with the Cats at fifth. And then this is an interesting one because I think the Tigers will be. I'll put the Tigers up at second. So I'm just trying to work out what other teams in there. I don't think they'll be in the 8. I'm going to put out my boys here to be able to make the 8. Why not? We did it last year. We played a bit of footy. We can improve on last season. So I'm going to put us at 8th.
The Bombrays.
GWS maybe at 6th because I still think they're going to be pretty good. And maybe the Swans fall out. Maybe.
See, the Swans are an interesting one. I didn't put them in the 8 because I thought that a lot of their guys that dominated last year were like first-year players, second-year players. So I genuinely think that they could go through and have the varsity blues, mate. Second year, a sophomore slump. Sorry, just have a slump, struggle in their second year. They might drop off a little bit and then probably make a massive comeback for 2023. But yeah, Papi out till round 4 as well, I think.
Yeah, all right. I think they're gonna.
They got a few injuries in that team. You've got D's, Richmond, Brisbane, Bulldogs, Geelong, GWS. No one in 7th and Essendon in 8th.
Yeah, I've got the Eagles to slide, so I can't put them in there. What am I going to say? The Blues are going to make the finals. No chance in hell.
You don't reckon?
You can't back Saints. No,
can you back? No,
how
you
can
can't,
you say that?
You can't back the Saints. Sure.
I mean, I thought the Saints were going to be all right last year, and how did that pan out?
Not great.
So,
all right. 3, 2, 1. Pick. I'm picking for you. We'll go Swans, mate. Just go Swans. Just stick the Swans in there. They're your team.
Stick the Swans in there. Leave the Swans in there.
All right, done.
Well, we haven't done much. I mean, we're pretty much saying that the teams in the bottom 8 of last year are just going to stink once again.
Yeah, because football, the team, they're shit. I don't think people understand. No one really went nuts in terms of upgrades. So, some of the bottom teams are going to pick up. Hopefully North plays a lot better. Hawthorn maybe. You got to remember, Hawthorn's team isn't much different to last year, and they finished 14th last year or 13th. And we're saying that they're going to potentially finish and win the wooden spoon. Why? Because Clarko's gone. I think that's what everyone's gone based off. We've got Sam Mitchell there. There's no belief in Sam Mitchell, so. Because for a team to drop from where they were to last, man, you've had a rapid decline, and your talent's the same. Gunston comes back in that team. He was out for the whole season. You lost Johnny Segler. Well, that's going to cost you 6 spots on the ladder, is it? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. It's very clear, Sauce, very clear, that when their team is at full strength in this game right now, the Ds, they are by far the best team because they are slapping the Dogs.
Yeah, they're all over them here. They're
destroying them. Their pressure's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. All right, Petrarca's on 9 disposals now, 3 tackles, Sauce. So that's already 3 votes towards his Brownlow campaign. Let's move on. F1. It starts this week, Sauce. Off the Grid is back. The best intro music to a podcast on planet Earth returns on Sunday. Bahrain, race 1. I want from you, Sauce, your constructor's prediction, your F1 world champion for 2022, and a race prediction for Sunday. Who wins race 1?
Doma, did I have Port in my top 8? Because I tell you what, if I didn't have Port, I'd rather take out Sydney and put Port in there because I think Port's a better side than Sydney. So put them in there. So, Port, we're going to put Port there. I'm putting Port to probably slide down to that 7th spot.
Probably won't happen, but You got to have him in there.
Got to have him in there. Got to have him in the 8. Might be wrong, but got to have him in there. Thanks for that one, matey. All right. This weekend, first Grand Prix. It's going to be a tough one. I think this could throw up a random result. We might not. I don't think we're going to see a Hamilton victory. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just feel like this is the one. This is the race where first few races they're going to be working out the new cars, sort of just molding it and getting it right, so they can really have a good extent and run into the season. Look to shore up some championship points. Doma, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Lando. Lando. I was gonna say Danny Rick. But can't say. That's just be a bit home. We'll go with Lando to win the race this weekend.
Oh, to win the race this weekend.
Oh. He got excited.
I thought you meant world title. It's not out of the realms of possibility. He's a good driver.
But Lando to win the race this weekend.
Yeah.
The world title. I just still got this funny feeling, even though there's just new rules, I still got this funny feeling that
I do too.
The top two are just still going to be too good.
Yeah. I do too.
I really do.
The worst feeling. Like, it makes me sick thinking about it, that nothing's going to change. We've been
talking about on this podcast for 2 years. That we want the rule changes. This is what we want. And then we get them and they're still just too good.
The two same lemons at the top every week. That could be the worst possible thing. Potentially George Russell in the mix this time instead of Valtteri Bottas, potentially. So George Russell, obviously at Mercedes, so potential for him. So world champ and constructors. If you think those two are the top two,
I think the constructors will go to Mercedes. I still think Mercedes is still going to be at the top of the game. I think they'll win it. But look, I'd love to be able to throw out a Smokey in there, but I don't know. I didn't look too much into testing. All I know is, everyone was a bit amazed by Mercedes and what they came out with in their design. It was a big front at the day where they completely revealed a different car on the day on the press day compared to
and then they came out
test track.
And then they came out and said, "Oh, we're months behind. We're months behind before our team's even going to be any good." Mate, what's
Lewis Hamilton saying?
Yeah, exactly. That comment's as good as Hamilton on the first lap of every race. Oh, my tires are gone, and then he races 45 laps and wins by 30 seconds. Shut the F up! Like, these guys have got no idea. Seriously, shut up, Mercedes.
Doma, look. I'm gonna have to say it. I'm gonna have to say it.
I'm confident on my world champion. I'm actually confident.
I know who you're gonna say.
And I genuinely reckon he wins it. They're back, baby.
You're gonna hate me, but I feel like people think they weren't prepared, mate, but they've been prepared a long time, and they'll be back again. And Hamilton will be on top, mate, and they will have that car. This will be the first year of the new, regulations. And I'll tell you what, Mercedes is going to be right on top of it.
I love that. Oh, let me take that. Yeah, he said team. He also says Team Toyota Corolla for the win. Pedro, he's back. He wasn't getting any algorithm double coverage in his algorithm source, Pedro. He thought we'd stop making content. He DM'd me during the week. He's like, "You guys making content?" I'm like, "Mate, we're here every week. You're just going to come look for us." Thanks, YouTube, for putting out excessive content, not fixing the algorithm to help us out. So, and then, of course, Manny's in. The Great Global, how's it going? Obviously talking to Alex, and this is a good comment here. The goat noise. That's the official
straight out of Champions League. That's what he's suing about.
Get fucked. All right. Constructors. See, I've got a different outlook on it because I think that the guy that wins it, his team won't be finishing 1-3, 1-2. It could be like first and fifth, first and fourth. And I don't think it's good enough. I agree with you. I think Mercedes will win the Constructors' Sauce because they're going to have Hamilton and George Russell up the top all the time. And as we saw last year, unless there's drastic changes, Perez, great team driver, but it's going to be Verstappen scoring the bulk of the points for that team. Race prediction for this weekend. I'm going to go a bit left field this weekend, I think. I'm going to go...
Could throw up a surprise, Doma.
I'm going to throw a massive roughie. I am. And I'm going to throw out a former world champion. I'm going to say Fernando Alonso.
I'd like that.
Yeah, wins. Can I have two there, Sauce? Either Fernando Alonso or maybe Valtteri Bottas in the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how Bottas goes around in the Alfa Romeo, how he fares this season.
But my world champion, Sauce, which I've been teasing for 4 weeks, even longer since the hobby hangout, because Global asked me who's winning it, and I said, I'm not telling you, I'll mention it on the podcast. He gave me his prediction. And your prediction, Global, is my prediction. Charles Leclerc, or as we were going to title this show before Champagne Papi rocked up into this hobby, Charles Lechamp will win it in 2022. I reckon Ferrari's back. I know everyone said, like, Sauce, you're thinking behind, like, Mercedes have been planning for this for 2 years, but every team has been saying for 3 years that Ferrari's been planning for this. And Ferrari said 2 years ago that they're abandoning the last 2 seasons because their whole focus of their team was on the new car engines. I reckon Charles Leclerc wins it. And we have a new world champion.
Be good to see. I won't be upset.
In perfect stride, Sauce, with equalization means we should be getting new world champions, not the same guys every week. So that's who I'm going for. All right, Sauce.
Make sure you tune in this weekend. We will be live off the grid. So this weekend, Sunday night here in Australia, we'll be live watching the first race of the season. So we'll see how it goes. So make sure you come in and say good day and drop in the comments.
Global said, let's go together on a multi. As I said to Manny today, I don't bet. And as Sauce can test to, I don't bet because I lose all the time. I'm shit at betting. So I don't bet. Maybe you can go Harvey's on a multi with Sauce if he's keen. EPL, Sauce, quick run through. I forgot to get the scores up. There's only 2 teams I want to talk about at the moment. Chelsea, obviously financial troubles, opens the door for your mob, Sauce, to finish 3rd. So that's the second team I want to talk about, and that is Arsenal. The 3rd team is Cristiano Ronaldo. That's the team I want to talk about. Cristiano, middle name Ronaldo. Cristiano Alfredo Ronaldo. Because that happens to be the only 2 guys at the moment that are just... Alfredo, I don't know what happened, Sauce. All right? I don't know what's happened since he had COVID. He had COVID. He came back. He was lethargic in the first game, and then he got superpowers. Straight out, actually, I think he looked in the mirror and went, Sauce, I'm from Brazil. When has there ever been a Brazil player just been shit? Yeah, when has there been literally a Brazilian player that's been as shit as me? Never. He goes, I got to lift my game. I'm Brazilian. So now he's playing like a Brazilian. It's amazing. And then Ronaldo's just, he's the GOAT. Anyway, I know we couldn't get the job done today, but it is what it is. We probably should have won that game.
Not good enough, mate.
We had chances.
Out of
We
the
had
Champions League.
opportunities. Yeah.
We'll mention it in a second when we get for after we run through this little bit of Premier League, and then we'll have a bit of a chat about those Champions
But
League
I just
games.
wanted to. That I'm not going to go through the result. I just want you to just briefly give a rundown on Arsenal.
Don, what can I say? I said I spoke very highly of what Arteta's been able to do. The way we're playing, that's the biggest thing, Dom, is the ball movement. And I mean, is it, Aubameyang's gone. We don't have that distraction anymore. The team looks like, they're all happy and gelling as one out there. We're moving the ball. And some of the goals we've scored over the last few weeks has been some, shall I say, Arsene Wenger-like football. It's been beautiful. And it's been the Arsenal that I grew up and enjoyed watching with Thierry Henry, Bergkamp, Robert Pires, the like, and how good they were and moving the ball and around the pitch. But also at the same time, our defense, could not be underestimated. And I'll be the first one to say that Rams, the keeper we bought in, I said, who the fuck is this guy when we bought him? And I'll tell you what, he shut me up and he shut a lot of Arsenal supporters up. And, you can not do anything but support him now because he's unbelievably talented. I mean, he's 21 years old, Dom, and he's this good already. What does it hold for his future? He's an unbelievable shot stopper. Like some of the saves he's had this season, just great, brilliant saves. He's very good with his feet. He's able to pass out from the back. It's what you need in a goalkeeper. We've had improvements all around. So, look, good by us. I want to finish in the top 4. I want to play Champions League football next season. Hopefully that means we can play Champions League. And then bolster the squad. We get the Champions League purse. The club is willing to spend money now, So when we get back into Champions League, maybe they go, here's some money, go bolster the squad. Let's have a red hot crack. Because I tell you what, if there's probably no better time to have a chance to try win a Champions League because it's not easy, but there's obviously Liverpool, City, and then Bayern. Outside of that, Madrid, once obviously Mbappe goes there and maybe Haaland, they're going to be unbelievable.
Juventus with Vlahovic.
Yeah, I still think they'll be a little bit
Chelsea,
of ways away.
Seriously, Chelsea. Chelsea's
they'll
like
get bought
Champions League. Yeah, but they're Champions League
out.
They're so good at Champions League football.
Yeah, they've got that in their blood.
So
but
consistent.
they're going to make it. They're going to make it.
Yeah.
Right, they're going to finish the season strong, which I don't think they're going to slip out. I really can't. They're still 8 points ahead of us.
Mate, the only way they slip out, top 4 make it, isn't it? And then the 5th spot is the playoff spot, or is the 4th spot the playoff spot?
I
think the fifth
spot is Europa League. I think 4th spot, top 4 make it.
Or maybe top 4 make it.
Playoff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Top 3 make it. 4th has a playoff, and 5th is a Europa League.
Fuck. Well, I know where we're playing, and it probably won't even be Europa League.
Mate, West Ham's only 2 points behind you. You might end up in nothing.
Well, Man City drew yesterday morning against Palace. Did you see that? So,
this just brings it back to that game where they were given a penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty or should have been ruled out. They shouldn't have. That game should have been a draw, right? They should have 2 less points. They should only be 2 points ahead with Liverpool with a game in hand.
That would make them 1 point ahead of Liverpool. If that penalty got... Oh, yeah, sorry, 2 points. Sorry. Apologies.
It should have been a draw.
2 points ahead.
That game, right?
Yeah. So Liverpool, if they win, but they play you this week. So tomorrow morning, to be precise. 7:15 a.m. Yes?
I'll be up, mate. I'll be on the socials. I'll be on the Twitter. Look out on the Twitter. I'll be fired up. I'll tell you what, if we beat Liverpool at home, you might see me lose. I might go off might have to do a celebration reel on the IG. Go on, absolutely bananas.
All right, quickly into Champions League, Saucy, this morning. Obviously, we weren't good enough. We had opportunities to score. The Alanga one was super unlucky. The tap in just hit Oblak on the bonce. He had no idea where the ball was. He just hit him square in the face and
That was
rebounded.
unbelievable.
That was just so unlucky. Then he made a ripping save on the Varane header. And that was pretty much the only opportunities we had. They had one opportunity, which shouldn't even be an opportunity. That's what happens when your defense is your weakest part of your football side, unfortunately. He was literally left by himself on the back post. I was yelling at the...
Atletico of old?
Yeah.
That's the formula that's seen Atletico get to 2 Champions League finals. I don't think Simeone's been able to win one, unfortunately, but I think he's got there twice, made many, many deep runs in the Champions League. It's been their formula that's worked unbelievably well for them over the years. And, Diego Simeone, I just feel I would love to see what this man could do if he was really sent to, a top club, but maybe he wouldn't get the same results because, Atletico, there's just a way that you go there and you're expected to do your job within that squad. Maybe a bit harder if you're having to manage the big dogs and the big egos. Because I'll tell you what, at Atletico, don't have any of that. And they all just go out there, do their job. João Felix has been very good over the last, he's made a comeback. Obviously after we said he had drifted away coming off the bench. I mean, he's made a big impact in these last few games. He was pretty good today. But, yeah, you guys, you bossed the game in the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Should have had a goal. You didn't. Got hit with a sucker punch. And then after that, probably a few decisions which I probably didn't understand from Ralph, which one was subbing off Bruno Fernandes. Don't understand that. When you need a goal, at least he can provide something as a spark. And but not good enough overall. And now the 2 big dogs are gone, Messi, Ronaldo, and mate, we might even see Ronaldo not even making the World Cup at this stage because it's either Portugal or Italy.
Manny says some are saying that was the last game Ronaldo were having Champions League. Tough times for Donna. Nah, you just pick up and leave. He's still got 2 years left at United.
If he ends up playing in the MLS, he'll play in the CONCACAF Champions League, mate. It's still Champions League.
Still Champions League. Champions League. He'll win the MLS. That'll just be another title that he's won in another country more than what Messi has. So it doesn't bother me. So anyway, he's the greatest player ever. It's sad. They're both out. In all honesty, it's actually sad that Messi's out and that Ronaldo's out. But that's what it is. It's the changing of the guard, Sauce. It's what happens in football. There's still great players in the competition, and we just wait and see who wins it this year. It's primed. It is primed for Bayern and for City. It really is.
Yeah, it really
primed
is.
for them. It's primed. All right.
Don't count out Liverpool. Don't count out Liverpool if they get humming.
Nah. Yeah. True. UFC.
Different side with Big Verge back. Different side. All right. UFC card. Generally, I've got this prepared, but don't. So I'll bring it up. We had UFC card Santos versus Akinalev. And I'll tell you what, some good fights. Running through the main card. Alex Pereira defeated Bruno Silva, 3rd round decision in the middleweight division. Lightweight, Drew Dober KO in the 1st round over Terrence McKinney in the lightweight. Light heavyweight, Khalil Roundtree KO in the 2nd round over Carl Robertson. Sadiq Yusuf, 3rd round decision over Alex Caceres in the featherweight division. And bantamweight, you had Song Yadong, 1st round knockout over Marlon Moraes. Song Yadong with the bing dong on the wong. And Magomed Akinalev defeating Thiago Santos in the 5th round decision. Look, I didn't tune into any of these fights. Not going to tell people that I did. I didn't have the chance on Sunday. Haven't gone back and watched them on the realms of the internet because they are out there. So anyone who wants to know, let me know. Can let you know. And so I can't really comment much, Doma. But there's another fight night this weekend. The 20th kicks off at 7 a.m. Australian Daylight Time. It's Volkov versus Alexander Volkov versus Tom Aspinall. It's a heavyweight, is the main event, so definitely exciting to tune in. But honorable mention down the card. I'm not going to go through the whole card. Paddy Pimblett with his second UFC fight is back in action. Everyone, we know who he is. He's the guy that looks like the guy off In-Betweeners, look-alike, or whatever his name. You know what he's. You know who it is. I can't remember the guy off
I don't know
In-Betweeners'
his
name.
name. I never watched
But he looks exactly like him. Paddy Pimblett back in action. The loudmouth Brit. It'll be interesting to see Rodrigo Vargas. You know, he's got a pretty good professional MMA record with 12-4. Paddy Pimblett 17-3. Lightweight. Let's see how this pans out. I'll probably tune in just to watch that one. The main card kicks off at 7 a.m. And if you're keen as Butterbean, the prelims kick off at 4 a.m. So, that's, yeah,
There you go.
this Sunday.
I like it.
Just
right,
honorable
Sauce.
note, I did share during the week before we move on. UFC Immaculate Jan Blosowicz autos are just selling for ridiculously cheap. Number to 99 patch auto Immaculate out of this year's sold for $22 on auction. It just seems ridiculously stupid for a guy that, you know, is number 2 light heavyweight in the world. He's going to get another chance at the title. I just can't see how that's a $20 card. I really can't. You know, people. So have a look. As I brought it up a few weeks ago, UFC Immaculate, some UFC autos. I think even, you know, some of the Adesanya stuff. I was looking at some Adesanya autos. You know, they were very, very expensive when products first come out, and now, you know, maybe getting an Origins auto. I understand it's a sticker, it's not an on card, but you know that's down as low as $100. You know, and the Origins set Adesanya auto. So, and he's one of the biggest stars in the game. So go have a look. So there's some really, really good finds in UFC market at the moment, I feel.
All right, Sauce. Very nice. Just an update on the footy. It's only 2 points. Dogs have got it back. They're all over him now. All over him. McRae killing it. Le Mans of the week. Oh, Pedro says, what are the odds Ronaldo goes to the MLS?
I think you'll get there at some point.
Manny says, I'm going back to bed. Had to go down and say, hey, great show, fellas. Shoo. Very nice.
See you, Manny.
See you, Manny. Thanks for tuning in. It is probably like 4 a.m. where he is, or 3 a.m. His kid's probably woken him up. But thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. The Mon of the Week, Sauce. One person's getting it, but there's an honorable mention. So I'll let you get the honorable mention up.
Let me get it up.
After I give the rundown on who's getting it. All right. I'm just going to bring this up.
Good time.
All right. Let me pull this down. This Lemon's going to get it. All right. So I'm scrolling through TikTok as I do, you know, doing my thing. And I come across this guy. This is X or Rants. That's their name. X or Rant. I don't know which one. It's X. I'm assuming because I watched the video and his name is X. EXX. All right. This is him. And this is what I had to endure. This was funny. This was on the 3rd of the 3rd.
Give up football and watch baseball or something like that. The guy's shit. I've never seen such a bad player fundamentally.
How'd you go from
last that long in the game, bro? He's awful. He's got no first touch. He can't pass. His shooting's overrated. You know what I'm saying? Everything's overrated, bro. This guy was an athlete, that dominated goals in football, for a certain amount of time, and people put him in conversations he didn't deserve in, bro. Like, he didn't belong in. Like, literally, I grew up watching football in the 90s. Like, man, like, he's not in your top 10. Bro, you'd struggle to get into my top 30, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's just how you'd struggle, bruv. He ain't got basic fundamentals.
and he keeps getting played as well, blood.
And he keeps getting played. It's in his contract. I don't care, bruv.
Obviously, because we film this podcast, like, I make sure I watch I don't watch the highlights. I watch the Man United games when I can, when we're not playing in it, And this guy, it's like a reverse curious case of Benjamin Button, fam, because it's like he's aged 10 years in 2 games, blood.
If you don't know who they're talking about there, that shit and isn't in not even in top 30 best players ever. The guy that they're talking about The guy they're talking about is Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, I had a look at their page source. All right. I had a look. Just give a quick comparison. All right. There's being a podcast where you're talking about, sport and, trying to have a hot take or have an opinion on something, but also have critical analysis. And then there's podcasts where these guys do a good job. Yeah, they're on Barstool. So they're a lot further on what we are. But with takes like that, maybe the roles should actually be a reverse case of Benjamin Button, where we should actually be on Barstool and everyone should be listening to us. And you should never fucking talk about football for the rest of your life ever again, full stop. So X, with your 7,000, 8,000 followers on TikTok, where I don't know where they came from. They must be bought with those shit takes. X, on behalf of the Double Coverage podcast, you, sir, are a...
Ronaldo not in the top 30. Not in your top 30. I'll tell you what, he's taken a big bite on that lemon, and
He's a bit sour.
He's a bit sour. He's sour about something, that bloke. He's sour about something, because how you can go on record saying that. I can debate, Ronaldo being in the top 5, Ronaldo, being anywhere in someone's top 10.
Yeah.
Like, there's been a lot of brilliant football players over the time. But,
100%.
Hey, you can push him out to 15. I don't give a fuck. But 30? 30? And then he had his mate agreeing with him next to him. It was like, they were saying, yeah, we're going to bag Ronaldo today. We're going to bag Ronaldo, and you just got to back me up, no matter how stupid I sound and what an absolute lemon I sound like. You got to back me up. It was a bit of what's it? Harry and what's it called? The Three Stooges, and it was the Two Stooges, but there was a third guy in there as well. That was
Curly. Larry,
Yeah,
Curly,
there you
and
go.
Mo.
Larry, that's what it is. A bit of Three Stooges action. I tell you what, absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Now, Sauce, you've got an honourable mention.
His car. Those two fellas have a brain capacity of a park bench. Yeah, look. Thanks, Carb Prawn. I like that name. All right, Doma. We did have an honourable mention. Now, I don't know how you did that little share thing. Was that the little video small?
Yeah, so it's you got to you download it and then you share video file and then it comes up. Don't worry, I've been teaching myself.
Oh, that's pretty good. All right, anyway, I can just share my screen because we don't need it.
There's no volume, you don't need the volume.
There's no
you just
volume.
Need to watch
it's all action.
Apologies for people listening to this on audio. Make sure you go back and actually check out this honourable mention
now,
for Lemon of the Week.
Before Doma brought that up to me, I said, Doma, I think we've found our lemon for the week. I think we found our lemon. But then he sent me that, and I said, look, what this guy is about to do, you'll see now, is pretty bad. But unfortunately, saying Ronaldo's not in the top 30 players of all time is ridiculous. So that's why that bloke got the lemon. But this here, if anyone hasn't seen this throughout the week, I'll give it a play here. This is in the Thai Football League over Soccer League, also known as Soccer League. Just have a look at this. He's not happy about something. Bang! Here we go. This is what it's for. He's clipped out at him after the ball's gone out. He's just run up to him. He's saying, sorry, mate. And he's gone, give him the Muay Thai. He's given the Thai Tuivasa to Derek Lewis elbow, knock out. This is a Thai Tuivasa.
He didn't even do anything.
What's this?
That's nothing.
Bang!
Bro, if that guy plays Sunday League, his leg would have been snapped in half. He wouldn't have even had the opportunity to throw an elbow.
What's this?
Oh,
Bang!
that's actually
Mate,
that's so bad.
That's so bad, isn't it?
That's
that is
so bad.
Absolutely horrendous.
You are a Lamont.
Now, what's his name? I think that's his name. Astaret. Sir.
Dickhead. Dickhead is his name.
Yeah, dickhead. Look, you can't be doing that on a football field. That sort of action, you, sir, are a lemon. That, Domo, that's pretty putrid. That's pretty much nearly as bad as Barry Hall back in the day on Brett Staker. Probably,
Barry
definitely at
Hall.
that level. Definitely at
The
that
big
level.
bad, the big bad bustling.
Be interesting to
No, it
see
was.
how long
It's
he
not
gets
great at all.
banned for.
Yeah, Global said you both said the Demons have won the game in the first quarter, and the Doggies came back and kicked 7 of the best. Yeah, that's okay. Doesn't bother me. They did this in the grand final too, and then they capitulated. So
It's a game
D's
of
at
4
home.
quarters, mate. It's a game of 4 quarters.
D's at home. D's at home. I'm not even stressed. Bailey Fritsch will kick like 7 in the second half. All right, so let's move on. Hobby talk. Mate, he's in. He's come in today in his story. All right. 7 cases of flawless, tag card porn, and the hobby went into meltdown mode. Champagne Papi.
We see you.
He's in.
We see you. Yeah, pretty interesting. Very interesting day. Some very interesting group chats going on today across IG. Champagne Papi making his splash on the hobby. Ripping flawless, going triple logo man hunting. Obviously, he's talking about the famous LeBron triple logo man that is in there with a jersey, I think, from all his teams across all his
From
teams. Or something
Miami,
like that.
Cleveland, and Los Angeles.
Correct. 1 of 1. So he's obviously going after that. And he's looking for more. He's looking for more cases as well. And other people have been popping up saying, come on live, obviously Instagram live and rip these cases with us. So, there's been a few offers out there. Obviously, Paul Wex put the word out and said, we've got 2 cases full of flawless ready for you to rip.
No, 10 cases. 10 cases. 10 cases.
Geez, 10 cases. There you go.
10 cases.
That would be unbelievable. What a rip that would be. What a break. But look, pretty cool. Not gonna lie, pretty cool. That is, in the hobby. I think I would have expected that he would probably have some sort of influence because I think he is familiar of his own sort of trading cards, and I'm not sure if he has his own set or he could be maybe going down that road. You never know. This could be his way to say, Drake understands his marketability. And maybe, Zero Cool might be knocking on Drake's door. And there could 100%. Be some sort of collaboration there, with these two and some sort of hip hop. If you turn around and say we're going to make a hip hop release with hip hop artists, rappers, you turn around and say we got Drake as our first signing. Drake on board. Oh, I'll be there. I'm just saying.
Brian Doyle says the other Drake's PC. No. Yeah. Drake's PC actually has competition from actual Drake now. So very funny. Ozcard Dad says Leighton hit the triple logo man of Giannis, Curry, and KD earlier today. So massive, huge.
That's a big hit.
Huge hit. The funny thing, Sauce, before we jumped on this pod, I don't know if you saw it, but Ken Golden went live with Shine and the Blaze, and I don't know if you know what happened, but the Blaze was doing a case war between Shine and Champagne Papi, who was in the comments. So Drake was in the comments, went to war with Shine on 2 cases of flawless, ended up winning, hit a Ja Morant 1 of 1 stars patches, flawless stars, 1 of 1, Ja Morant. So Champagne Papi beat Shine in the thing, and Ken Golden was there doing what Ken Golden does. There's about 1,700 people at one stage in the live. It was insane. But just to talk about the impact of Drake on the hobby, I think it's a fantastic thing. Honestly, I'm happy to welcome as many people in this hobby as possible. I don't care if you're a famous person, if you're just, all forms of life. I love it. The more eyes on the hobby, the better it is. I just hope people don't try and abuse it for what it is. I know what's his name. Gary Vee copped so much shit for being in the hobby, and that's why he's probably taking a step back. It was unnecessary. Like, it's not his fault. He says he's buying a card, and then everyone that follows him goes and buys the card and runs it up to the moon. Like, just makes sense. He's got a massive following. The same thing will happen with Drake. If Drake said, "Oh, I love collecting this guy," They'll be like, oh, Drake loves collecting. I'm going to get into cards and I'm going to collect this guy. And then his card goes to the roof. Like, that's just how it is. But I reckon he's great for the hobby. More eyes on there. It's a bit of a mixture sauce. You know, it's that
100%
hip-hop.
he's great for the hobby. Someone has to rip those
that
flawless
hip-
cases. They're pretty much out of everyone's reach in terms of price range. So we want to see what's in
Yeah,
the
well,
cases.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. So good to have him on board. Hopefully he comes on the
Welcome,
pod. You reckon we can get
Mr.
You reckon we
Papi.
can get Drake on the pod? Fuck, I'll tag him.
You know what? It probably
Yeah.
it'd be great. It'd be great. He definitely won't come on, but I wouldn't be phased, Doma. I wouldn't be phased because I don't know if you know my opinion on Drake Boy as a so-called rapper. But
No, I don't.
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say. I don't think he's that good.
That's
But
for
just my personal-
that's for what are we doing here?
We can debate it. And what are we doing here? We can debate it. And what are
Yeah,
we doing
you
here?
can give me all your freaking little. All right, Tom Brady ball sauce. His last touchdown
Formally.
thrown ball.
Formally,
Well, it's now formally, but it's sold the day before he returned to the Bucks. For how much, sauce?
it was like 530,000 or something like that. Is that not just the greatest 1-2 punch of all time? That is just the greatest sucker punch. So now he's stuck with probably Tom Brady's, if he retires at the end of this year, maybe his 30th last touchdown ball.
Yeah, pretty much. He had his best
His first retirement
statistical-
ball.
Yeah, his first retirement ball. That's exactly right. His last thrown touchdown on his first retirement. Unbelievable. It's actually hilarious.
Hey, I'll
All the
tell you who's
memes that
happy.
came
I'll
out,
tell you who's happy.
Lamine
Fuck.
put out some of the funniest memes.
There were
Go,
some
go.
ripper
Who's-
ones. There was some ripper ones. But I'll tell you who's happy. Mr. Jalen
Who?
Ramsey, mate. He's happy.
Oh.
He's happy because now he isn't the official last person who he threw a touchdown on. So obviously it's going to be someone else unless they do face each other in the last game again. But what are the chances?
Probably not going to happen.
You never know.
Maybe.
Probably not going to happen.
Rams
But
good.
he's definitely happy.
Definitely is. Oz Card Dad's very true. Drake will be like all newbies to the hobby, waste money ripping boxes and then just buy singles like the rest of us. I like it. I like it a lot. So Tom Brady, Josh Luber updates.
Isn't that just the most perfect description of people coming into the hobby?
Oh,
Breaks,
it really is.
boxes, rip, get fuck all, and then go, shit, I wish I just spent that money. This is the revelation I should have had. And
They
then
go-
singles, and then you have a great
It
collection.
it goes watch, rip. They go, shit, why aren't I hitting anything in boxes? Then they go back to what they were watching and they go, oh, fuck. It says breaking highlights, not full breaks. Damn it. So all you're seeing is every hit that they pull. 50 grand later that they flush down the toilet. Yeah, that's literally what happened.
Yes.
All right, Josh Luber on Luka Tigers bronze. Very interesting. Great interview, as always, from the LTB boys. They were discussing, obviously, Zero Cool with Josh Luber, with the V-Friend Series 1 cards that had just come out. And funnily enough, he got onto discussing distribution. It was like a brief little thing, how cards, they had someone from Harvard contact him when he did the StockX thing on Dutch auctions, and how they did the Dutch auction was trial and error, so everyone could get access to these boxes from the V-Friend Series 1 and all this stuff. And then he started talking about, I'm paraphrasing here, by the way, how he said the real people in trouble are actually distributors and LCSs when it comes to Fanatics, because they're going to be selling direct to consumer. And they were saying that the problem is you can sell it for a bit more if you're an LCS. That makes sense. But he goes, the days of selling boxes like 10x what they're actually worth are pretty much gone. Because people can just go to Fanatics and buy them if they're stock. As simple as that. So you're pretty much cutting out the distributor. The distributor will just be Fanatics to the LCS, really, if they get an allocation. I'm just interested to see how that's going to work, Source. But yeah, your thoughts on it? Mind you, we did say this was going to be an issue. You're muted. You still muted.
We did say this
you're
was
back.
happening. We did say this was happening. It just seemed like the logical play from their point of view. It just seemed like the logical play. Like, why would we then sell them to the distributor at another lower price and then take less of the pie, which is what Panini is doing right now, except for obviously their photo variant, which is the only thing pretty much sold directly from their site, plus a few other, dribs and drabs of other products. But the majority of it goes through a distributor, that we know have seen some distributor lists that have been sent to us, and seen
Correct.
some of the prices that they are buying this at. Now a lot of LCSs will say to you, yeah, but we can only get half a case, or we can only get a case, or we can only get this X amount. Right now, there are a lot of other LCSs and bigger retailers that aren't just getting a case or half a case. There's smaller stores, yes, smaller stores that your local, like real old school LCS run by a 50-year-old plus guy, that doesn't really do breaking. He really just has the in-store experience. He doesn't really have an online store. Maybe he has a little bit of an eBay store. That's about it. He hasn't got the full big Instagram following, doesn't have the, the big modern style of how stores are now launching with breaking and all that sort of stuff. So don't have as much as a turnover. So therefore they don't get as much allocation. That's where this all comes into. The more money you can spend, the more allocation you are given. No, that is literally the fact. So, why would they turn around and do this? And not do this, Doma, and not take out the middleman and keep more of the pie for themselves. It just seems like the logical play.
Very cool. Completely agree with you. The Gary V product, on the other hand, as well, Sauce. So I'll bring this up. Share my screen. This is a bit of info. If you want to see if you can get some eBay sales, Sauce, on for some cards, if you can. But I'll just bring up some box info since last week, when obviously we spoke about it being announced. Did that come up? Chrome has lost permission to capture your
When
screen.
people just buy off Fanatics, then list on eBay for multiples of what they paid. Depends on what depends on what the Dutch auction goes at, because I feel like they're going to use that blind Dutch bid system quite a lot.
Man, I've lost my Max, man. Fucking Max. Lost my permissions to share my fucking screen. Are you taking the piss? Anyway, if you can bring some cards up, and I'll try and get this fucking sorted. Go jam it, Apple. I'll probably get banned for that as well. Fucking lemons. Was it privacy? Sorry about this, ladies and gents. Saucy, is there anything?
You don't need to narrate it, so it's all right.
I will. I want to narrate it.
I don't think there's any confirmed sales. There's only just boxes up for auction. So I can show you that. There's multiple boxes up for auction. Here's one already up for 4,750. 7 bids. Let's have a look at the bidding. I don't know. I don't know. It looks a little bit sus. V Friends trading cards. Let's search that in eBay. See what we get. There's a few people who have opened them. Oh, here we go. Maybe a few sold listings here. All right. Sold items. Here we go. All right. So the most recent boxes that have sold is 5.5K on auction, and there's been no actual cards of the singles that have sold according to eBay recent sales. Doma, but I mean, not a bad flip, because I think the boxes went for 2,100 on off.
Yeah, 2,150. So what I wanted to show, Sauce, before I got stooged here. So there was 22,500 bids on these boxes in the blind auction. The clearing price ended up being $2,150. a box. The total sales equated to $1.72 million. 800 boxes were sold. So, yeah. Gary V, nice pay packet. Obviously, we watched him open some stuff with the Card Talk pod boys. The funniest was when he dropped the card as well. It was so funny. I pissed myself laughing. He got so G'd up, he dropped the card on the floor, the one that was numbered to 8. It was hilarious.
Oh,
Ryan's face was just like, oh my God, what is actually happening?
Who dropped
right
it?
now?
Gary?
Gary. He grabbed it and he literally was so excited, he went to grab it. He pretty much just brushed it off the table onto the floor. Should have given him the Le Mans.
It was still getting a PSA 10, but.
Yeah, 100%. And it'll say Gary V touched card, V Friends Series 1, PSA 10. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate
Hold the
it.
premium. Like the Aoki collection.
Yeah. Ozcard Dad says Apple equals Le Mans. I'm not going to disagree. All right. Few last things. I can't bring this up either, which I'm spewing, but for people that are listening, it makes for good audio. But eBay coming in with...
Send in the private chat. I'll bring it up.
All right, here. Let's see. Where are we? So Well Source gets that. Well Source that actually brings it up. Quick shout out, Tyson Beck, team coach. If you haven't seen the cards, they are awesome. Jump on the team coach site, Instagram, and you can.
We'll have a look
out.
at it in a sec after this.
Yeah. So I'll just have a read of this. As part of their Investor Day 2022, eBay announced major new features to take place soon with the trading cards and collectibles space. The eBay Vault and eBay Digital Wallet. eBay Vault plans on launching in the US next quarter and will provide peace of mind and convenience for the company's millions of buyers and sellers. This vault will allow what eBay is calling an instant sale from one buyer to the next without the need to re-authenticate, repackage, or ship the item anywhere. So like Star Stock. The eBay Vault also gives a pathway to other features in the future like fractionalization and live commerce. Fuck me, really? eBay's new digital wallet is a wallet existing on eBay where customers can use proceeds from their sales to conveniently purchase their next item or pay their selling expenses. So that's what we got. Thoughts?
So is this exclusive to trading cards, like this Vault?
No,
thing,
in general. It's just in general.
Can I buy a fridge and then just leave it there and then relist
you
the
can
fridge
buy
and then
you can buy a
sell it?
Lana. You can buy a Lana Rhodes cardboard cutout, and you can keep it in your vault, and then exchange it with someone else instantly. All I'm saying.
Oh wow!
Is take it out of your vault, bring it home, and then put it back in your vault and trade it instantly. Because then you'd have a few issues, mate. I can tell you that much.
Oh wow!
A lot of issues.
Yeah, no one's definitely taken it back. After it's been used that much. All right, Doma. It sounds like an interesting thing, but we've seen it before. ComC does something similar where, it's like that. If you've got a ComC account, it can be transferred into your ComC account. You can do the similar sort of thing on Ship My Cards. Obviously, eBay is a much bigger, heaps bigger platform. I just feel like eBay just needs to figure out, they've still got issues with the way that they conduct card sales, and they should just be focusing on that, not now they're going into this and they're saying they're going to fractionalize. What are they going to try to take over Collectible and take over Dibs and take over these fractional companies now and going down that path because they want every single piece of the pie?
Yes.
I don't understand. I really don't.
Why not?
They could have done so much better, eBay. Like they had the potential to literally. I'm telling you, I think they need to watch out, man. I don't know, if anyone's, been following myslabs.com. They're now getting into raw cards. The way that they, vet sellers, it's much safer for people. It's 1% plus PayPal, so 4% in total fees, no matter how much your card is. They are now expanding as well as to raw cards, because before it was just slabs, and it says my slab, so it's cards, it's comics. I think you might even be able to do games, video games on there, and VHS, anything that's in a slab. And then now they're expanding to raw cards, and then now they're even going to a higher amount, because I think they're getting auctions and things on there. They're now going to be expanding to like a golden type level where they want people to send their, $200,000 cards to them, their $50,000 cards to them, and people. That's going to be a monthly premiere auction on my slabs, where the fee is, it's going to be a little bit more than what the normal fee of 1% is, and he said it's going to be somewhere between 2 and 5%, but still. And they're going to work out, because they're going to come up with their own payment process. It's going to be very similar. You got to get a credit check like Golden. So there's a bit more admin fees, because they've got to check these buyers and make sure they're vetted, which is fine, because they're trying to make it safe for us as consumers. If they get under the wraps, why would anyone pay $13? Why would everyone keep using eBay? Like, if my subs keeps improving, 13%. Over 4% for pretty much any card that's under the price of $20,000. They said they've had $20,000, $30,000 cards sold on their platform. It's fine. So, I don't see how eBay keeps kicking goals. Like, I know they're going to be around, and I still use eBay, but only reason I'm still using eBay right now is because I had to change it to a different eBay account, and I lost a lot of my feedback, which was like well up over 300, and it would have been enough to maybe actually get me onto my slabs. But now I need to build up my eBay account on new feedback. So once I get that to at least 100 feedback, then I can at least apply to my slabs. And I do know they are expanding outside of just America. So like, I would suggest people maybe have a look at my slabs. Maybe it's something that we can have a, I don't know. I've never bought off my slabs, but I know multiple people that have, and I know multiple people that have sold, and they said it is really good. So that's all I can say.
Perfect.
Yep, there you go. Beats PWCC. They're 20% on auction. Stinks. I know. How shit is that, Matty? You go get a cheapie slab, you win for like $30, $25, $40, and all of a sudden you slap with another 20% on top of that. It's pretty shit. It's pretty shit.
Terrible. It's actually terrible. Sauce, over to Team Coach on Insta that you have there. We'll get a nice shout out for Tyson. His new series of cards. He's doing the Star Powers this year, which is good.
There is Star Power. There's that one. They look brilliant. I think they've used them a lot better this year. And then there's these ones. Bang. These look good. The Trophy Wild Card. It looks unbelievable. There you go. Very nice.
142 packs.
Yeah. 400. No, a gold is in 1 in every 4,320 packs. And a silver is 1 in every 432 packs. So the golds are super rare.
I like it.
Yeah. There's your chases. I feel like they used him very, very well this set.
This time around.
Obviously, he really was only used for the best and fairest, and it was great, but not really. You should be getting his art on the more higher end cards, the better cards in the set, and that's what they've done. And I feel like they've done well with this set. I look forward to ripping a box. So definitely. And if you're a fan of the AFL, get out there, buy some select cards, buy some, AFL team coach, buy something, support the league. Obviously, a bit of that revenue goes to the players who now sign these autos, and, us as collectors, for these products to keep going, we're going to keep supporting them. So, definitely buy a box if you've got a young one. It's a good rip. Bought one for my, I made my brother buy one for his godson. So, I was like, yeah, he likes footy cards. Yeah, buy him a box. Make sure you buy him a box. So I bought him a box. So always trying to get people to buy stuff.
So she was like, let him. So she was like, let him open it. It's just the base cards are the best ones. Everything else, they're rubbish.
All the blank canvases come to me.
Yeah. I love it. All right, Sauce. few quick ones before we do move on to the last topic in Hobby Talk. Platinum standard grading. We are going to be bulk subbing for them. Obviously, we're still going to be doing the HGA stuff, but we want to provide an option for within Australia for anyone that is keen. They do PC slabs. That is part of the submission. You've got nothing to worry about there. So if you want to put your cards in PC slabs, that is an option for you. There you go.
Submission partner, another option for people that we're providing here in Victoria. It's probably, if you're outside of Melbourne, it's probably a bit more beneficial for you to actually just post the cards there yourself because they are an Australian company. If you are within Melbourne, we're able to get a little bit of a better rate, especially when we're able to rock up to the shows. So come check us out this weekend at the Melbourne Card Fair. I will bring that up right now.
Yeah.
Melbourne.
So when you see our prices, there's just a $2 admin fee. That's pretty much on there to cover shipping
So there it is.
to PSG and back. But the other thing Sauce and I are doing, obviously you have to, if you want your cards sent back to you via post, we'll obviously put all this info out there. You can pay it yourself if you want it returned by post, or we are going to be having some pickup days during the week when the cards come back to meet up, grab your cards. Be good to even have a chat, what you've been collecting. Be awesome. Bit more of a connection with you in the hobby. So yes, Sauce, as he mentioned, Melbourne Card Fair at the Malvern Town Hall is this Sunday, the 20th of March. Opens at 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. Please do come along. We have 2 tables, as we mentioned. One that will be for us and one that we have bought for all of you, the Double Coverage family. We are going to have a trade table. We'll be accepting platinum grading submissions on the day. So feel free. Sauce, maybe bring up their website so they can have a look at what the label of the slabs look like. If you're interested in their slabs, by all means, please do come along and sub some cards. Obviously, there's a connection there with Tyson Beck as well. If you want to get some Tyson Beck cards slabbed,
There they are there.
Slabs look
So
like.
you can check them out there, psgrading.net. Thought, had a good chat with these lads, Chris and Brett. Brett's the CEO. He was good enough to jump on for an interview for our Hobby Hangout YouTube video. So check that out, part 2 that released yesterday. And, had a good chat to them and, spoke to them and really liked their plans for what they're doing with their company. And, why not support a company here in Australia? We do know, we're not turning around and saying, if you hit a big LaMelo ball in a break to number to 10 or number to 25 to send it to platinum standard grading, probably not the best option. Probably better to send it to PSA. But hey, if you've got some AFL cards, if you collect NRL, if you could, collect, NBA guys that really don't, it's not going to really enhance the value. It's more for you to just put it in a slab and have it in your collection nice and safe.
But
Why
even
not
that
support an
sort of
Australian
gives,
company?
you
But
know
it still
what?
gives you an idea of the quality of the card,
But we
which
see,
is good.
we see CGA slabs getting slabbing for like AFL cards and NRL cards and getting
Correct.
flipped for crazy prices.
Yeah, it's
These
true.
slabs
yeah.
look 10 times better than a CGA slab.
do.
You pretty much, your card gets a digital ID. Every card that you slab gets a digital ID, which becomes it's pretty much its own. Your card becomes its own serial numbered NFT. Pretty much, that platform is definitely going to be coming towards the end of this year on their
That's
site.
one of the big things that we liked what they were doing, which was, as Doma said, they're giving your card a digital ID. So when they grade it, it also gets an NFT associated with it. So then you get an NFT version and also the physical card graded, which seems pretty interesting in this world that's, going to NFTs. And you've got Panini double dipping, where Panini, they're producing the physical and then they're producing the actual NFT of that same card on their blockchain. So what happens if you could then get your physical card graded and then you get a physical version of the NFT of the actual physical card? That's a high resolution scan. that they create. So it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. See you there, Maddie. Yep, good to see you down there again.
Can't wait.
Yeah, so get down there this weekend, Malvern Town Hall, ladies and gentlemen.
You'll catch us.
Come say hello. Come say hello.
Yeah.
Come.
There won't be any
do some
crazy
deals.
shit. Yeah, no crazy shit.
I'll have a
like
lot
last time.
more, stuff this time than last time. A bit more organized with some, organizational stuff that in terms of boxes and being able to just some cheapies down there, $1 to $10 cards. Some of that stuff was some of the stuff that was good because there weren't too many people that had that sort of stuff at Hobby Hangout. There was a few, but that's the best part about shows. Looking through those boxes. And it's not always about buying the big cards in the case, but
And a lot
finding
more,
those other stuff.
a lot more freedom too. We're gonna have at this show, Sauce. We're not pegged down by duties. We're
Yes,
gonna be
correct.
able to talk to you. Like the content, we might get a little bit. We're not there for content this time. We're there to just have a chat. Obviously, have our trade table there. Get some people on there. See what's in their collections. Maybe that's probably how we'll make our content. Just talking to people and having a look at what they've got in their PC and getting some sick cards to chuck up on our YouTube page on a bit of a vlog, a shorter one, not one that's in 2 parts or for you to edit.
Yeah,
Last
maybe
thing,
10 minutes max.
last
10,
thing
15.
before a Saucy Smokey, if you have one this week, that is, let's take a trip down memory lane. Bit of a flashback. You wanted to talk about this. I said, okay, we can talk about this. Then I had a look at the card and the player in question that we're going to look at. And I saw the price of the player in question that we're going to look at. And I almost died. I'm telling you, we should have double coverage Island. We should have it.
Yeah, we should.
But at the moment, we're on Lamont Island, Sauce. The card in question is none other than the GOAT before the actual GOAT, Joe Montana. I can't believe this either. Oh,
That's the old. All right, so I'll just show the 1 year graph, ladies and gentlemen. So it obviously kept at 2 year graph. It peaked at around 85K, came back down around to 44K, and now has peaked back up over 100K, which I think is its all-time high, $103.2 thousand dollars. Pop of 107, growing, barely growing at all.
less than 1%.
Less than 1%. If it does, so less than 1%. But this is where it gets really bad, Doma, because
Go to all time. Go to all time.
we can go to all time.
Go to all time. Because I remember exactly the time. Go back. Go right to the start. No.
Yeah,
Keep
but
going.
that's all the way 2005. That's way too
no,
far.
Go. No.
It was around here somewhere.
Yeah. Stop.
It was around there somewhere. Around 10,000. Around here. Around this. That's very close. That was very close when we started the podcast. Around there. May. Around this area here. 2020. Around then. There's episodes on our YouTube. People can find them. We know we said it. Where we talked about these vintage guys and we dropped names like Troy Aikman. We dropped names like Barry Sanders. We dropped names like Joe Montana, John Elway. And we said, at the time, vintage basketball was having a bit of a moment. And we said, what about NFL? Vintage NFL has yet to go anywhere. And sure enough, we had the opportunity to buy one of these at $10,000 and it got run up to 85, came back down, and now it's a $100,000 card. And I mean, it looks, by the looks of it, looks like this, this is potentially one of those cards that's going to be, always around the $50,000+ mark now. I don't think you might find one very rarely under 50, especially now it's gone up that second leg again. I don't know how many people who have one at 100. There's only 107, Doma, so it's not really that many. It's not really that many. I mean, when you think about the the Jordan.
Yeah, and
How
we should
many
have
Jordan
one.
have?
We should have one
Yeah, well, we don't.
because we're dickheads.
We don't.
We're actually idiots. I'm
Doma,
just
we
hoping
should,
that people
we should
listen
also
to
we
us.
should also have stashed away 4 cases of Topps Chrome Formula One
Stop.
2020.
Enough.
All right, we should
No,
also have
seriously, we
4
should.
cases stashed because I mean,
Fucking hell,
you know,
man.
boxes at $700
genuinely
saying
upset.
that was a very very good buy. What are the boxes you've been seeing them listed at the moment? The F1 2020.
4,800 USD.
Well, I
I'm
think
going
what
on
was
there
it?
now. I'm going on
700
here
AUD was that what we bought a box for? 700.
now. 630. My sister got hers for. She did
Oh,
sell it for
630.
$2,000, so she made a nice thing. But she could now be selling it for maybe $4,000. So 2020 Topps Chrome F1 sealed. Fuck, I hate looking at this. Well, I actually don't hate looking at it. I actually love looking at it because it makes us look good. Because so this one here listed for 3,500 US, 3,000 US. There's no way that's selling. This guy's got this up for 5,000 US. Or best offer. You're probably getting best offer, mate. 3,500. Or maybe that was 4,800 Australian that it came up for. Source. Lights out, gone for 290. Good option. Here we go. International sellers. 3,200. 3,700. Sealed box. Which is 5,200 Australian source. But the funny thing is, Topps Chrome 2021, a case as it was sent to us from our good friend Anthony Collects, case was at 13,000 US today, source. That equates to about $1,000 a box.
Already. In 2 weeks. That's crazy.
It's insane. Absolutely insane.
The F1 market's crazy.
It is. All right, Sauce. Sauceys Smokey, you got anything?
Yep. This is my Smokey this week. Something I've been looking at. If you watched the Real Madrid victory the other day over PSG, this man was unbelievable. And I feel he's still so undervalued in terms of his accomplishments, what he's done. But this is where it gets interesting because so many people are like, believe that, you know, this is his rookie. But, which it is, it's one of his rookies. There's another one. And I think this card looks pretty cool. So the man I'm talking about is Luka Modric. And this is obviously his rookie sticker out of the 2008 Euro.
Oh, Luka, the actual Don.
Right?
Here he
That's
is.
his. Now, you can get the sticker. I've got one of the stickers. But I came across this the other day, this card, Doma. Now, this is a 2008 Euro set. This is an acetate card
Nice.
that comes out of a set from that year, the 2000 and... Euro. Here we go. Let's see if I can find the box here. There it is. That's the ones. These are the boxes here.
450.
So you can buy these boxes. They come out of them. There you go. This guy's even got cases. I've seen them. You can get a Ronaldo out of it. That Ronaldo itself sells for 100 US. If you get it graded and it grades like a 9 or a 10, you're laughing. Then you got the opportunity to get the Modric. He's got a few cases, this bloke. This was actually, Doma, this is actually Card Showcase. This used to be formerly the card store that was on Victoria Street in the city. That's him. That's him.
What are they
He's not
called?
there anymore. No, he's not. He's called Card Showcase on eBay, but he's not there anymore.
He
He's
just
not
hasn't
there.
got.
He's
Yeah,
not,
no, I know he's
he
not
doesn't
there.
have
So
a
it's just
physical store. He doesn't have a
it's just
physical
an
store. It's just
online,
online.
not physical.
Yes.
Okay.
So he's got these boxes. Now you could buy the boxes. I think maybe, there's not many. There's this guy with him, and he's got him at 320 US. He's got him at 450 Oz. I was thinking about reaching out to him, see if he could do a bit better price. Because I did watch a box get ripped on YouTube. There's no guarantee to get. He didn't get a Ronaldo. He got a Modric, which is good, but the Modric you really have to get a half decent grade. But there's not many in the pop, Doma. That's where it gets interesting. There is not many of these in a pop, and although everyone goes to his sticker, and there's so many of his sticker in the pop on his sticker is pretty high, right? The acetate card, which is still from 2008. So still his official rookie, that's his first, that's his sticker saying he's rookie. Then this is 2008. This is his rookie as well. Looks heaps better in my opinion. I mean, you tell me what looks better, that card or the sticker. I mean, I think the acetate card looks better. He's got the ball at the feet.
Nice. Yeah.
Not too bad. And if you have a look here, let's have a look here. Let's see if I can see it last sold here on 130 point.
I like that by James. Great call. Is that Spurs legend Luka Modric? It is Spurs legend Luka Modric. Adam, just on a side note, Adam said 2020 tops Chrome hobby at 3,300 US. Source.
There you go.
I did say funnily enough, I did say to Lane at Hobby Hangout, he had his for 3,200 Australian. I did say to him if they didn't sell at the Hobby Hangout to store them away in his cupboard because they were going to get to about a $5,000 box. Let's get in there.
Yep, you did say that.
I did.
Anyway, I did see some of these sell for not that much. I do know a few people, like some raw ones. I did find a few sellers. They don't sell for that much when they do come up. But I think this could be an opportunity if you find a box, maybe around the 350 mark. Could be an opportunity to rip. There's also a nice Zlatan Ibrahimovic acetate card you can get in this. There's a few cards that I think if you get in this, it could be an opportunity to crack the box. One of these boxes. Here we go. Crack one of these boxes and maybe see what you can grade. If not, look for the Luka Modric. Look for the Luka Modric on eBay if you can find them and try buy it and grade it. But there's not really that many graded. I mean, this person's saying that it's pop 3, and when I had a look at the pop, there was it was very, very low. There was more Ronaldo's graded out of this set than Luka Modric, even though Luka Modric, it's his rookie card. So that's the play. The play is Luka Modric. It's just a decision whether you want to buy a box, crack it, have a bit of fun. When you think about box prices this day, $450 for a box, not that much. Not that much when you could potentially, if you hit a Ronaldo and hit a Luka Modric and grade them both, you'll probably make your money back off the box. If you just hit a Ronaldo and grade it, you can make your money back. But this is where I'm saying there's other guys in there that you could potentially grade. Let me just one sec while I will. I'm pretty sure I've got the. Oh no! Here it is. Yes, I've got it. I'll bring up the. This is the checklist, Doma, so people can actually know. This is where I found it. It's not an actual. This was a bizarre site. This was a hard to find, Doma. This was properly researched. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was not easy to find. So the ones in the blue, they're the cards that you can get in the acetate, and they're like the chase cards that are in there. So you got Thomas Rosicky. Yeah. Mikhail Ballack, Miroslav Klose, Luka Modric, obviously, Alexandra Fry, Tranquillo Baronetta, Georgios Kakrounis, that's from Greece, Thierry Henry, Frank Ribery, Lilian Thuram, David Villa, Cesc Fabregas, Gianluigi Buffon, Fabio Cannavaro, Luca Toni, Seedorf, Van Nistelrooy, Ivanišić, I don't know who the hell that is.
Who is it?
Ibescu Smolarek, Ricardo Carvalho, Hamid Altintop from Turkey, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Alexander Kerzhikov, Adrian Mutu, and Cristiano Ronaldo. That's the hits out of that box. So there's a few guys in there that you could potentially get and grade them as well. So, there's a bit of interesting play for you. One out of left field.
I do like it. So that was 2008 Euro, was it?
2008 Euro trading card set. There's two trading cards out of that. There's a trading card game, one that's got like a game attached to it, which is like it has like a green border on it, and then there's this one which is the acetate. I'm talking about the acetate card.
All right, nice. Perfect. Thanks, Saucy. Nicely done. Another episode down. Thanks everyone for tuning in once again. Feel free to come and say hello to us on Sunday at the Malvern Car Fair at the Malvern Town Hall. Please do stop by. If not, keep chatting with us over socials. We love it. Any questions, feel free to fire our way.
Make sure you join our Discord as well.
Join the Discord. A lot of banter in there at the moment. A lot of banter. On that note, keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce. It's double coverage. Peace.
Peace. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double coverage.